What is up, everybody? Good morning. Happy Thursday. I think it's Thursday. I'm not 100% sure. You can see behind me New York's greatest lake, New York's largest inland body of water, is like a big old farm pond today. It is flat. I got out a little late. I got to tell you, I didn't fish yesterday. I just been beat. I don't know how else to say that. I try my best to listen to my body, especially when it comes to sleep. And yesterday was one of those mornings where, and I do things a little differently this year. I am setting an alarm every morning for 4:30, and there are some mornings like yesterday, I turned it off, rolled right back over. I was out. I felt like a ton of bricks laying in bed, and I'm like, I don't even feel like getting out of bed. So I didn't. I felt good all day yesterday, so maybe I just needed a little bit more sleep. This morning, they talk about it. This morning, I almost did the same thing. But I hit snooze, and then I did get up, and I feel fine now. It's just that first couple minutes. It's funny when when your alarm goes off and you open your eyes, you can kind of tell what you feel. And my eyes felt heavy. My body felt heavy. I'm like, oh, I just need a little bit more. And that's not normally me. Normally, I've been drinking this mushroom coffee now for about a month. The Ryze, R-Y-Z-E. I succumbed to internet marketing, and I'm not a big coffee drinker. I mean, I have 1 cup a day when I was drinking regular coffee. So nothing crazy. I'm not a multiple cup a day kind of guy. And this coffee it's made out of mushrooms. It has a little bit of caffeine in it, not much. It's not bad, really, in all honesty. I drink my coffee black anyway, and so the taste and everything seems to be fine. But I found one of the benefits for me has been I sleep through the night. And I sleep very soundly with it, which before was not the case. My sleep was so terrible, really, up until just, like I say, just recently. Get up 2-3 times a night to go take a leak, and then just toss and turn and constantly looking at the clock to see what time it is and is it time to get up yet. That has not been the case with this stuff. I have slept soundly. I can't say that enough. Which has been wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. But maybe my body's getting too much sleep now. I don't know. All right, so I started shallow this morning on a rock hump. Without a trolling motor. I'm still on this demo boat on the Robalo. So without a trolling motor, looking around and giving yourself, your own little movement isn't really an option. So I did start on a shallow rock hump this morning, and the only thing I got were 2 trophy class rock bass, big rock bass. So I came straight into the wind out into the deeper water. I'm only in 15 foot now, but the weed line just ended right there behind me, and so I'm gonna jig my way back to the weed line, and then I'm gonna throw a hammer harness once I hit back into the weeds. Like I say, there is the slightest of breeze out here. It's only gonna move me 0.2, 0.3, but at least it'll move me, and we'll just fish our way back to the weed bed. I got about 45 minutes left. It's a beautiful day. It's just so quiet out here. I'm the loudest thing out here. All right, let's see what happens. I'll be back in a minute, hopefully with a big giant fish. All right, we're back with a little bit of action. He certainly threw me for a loop at first. I thought he was much bigger than he was. He just had that Ned rig in the side of his mouth, a little funny. Nice little guy. So he was pulling against it like this because I had all I could do to move him. And he kept coming up and he'd swirl and go back down. He never jumped. And I'm like, what is this? And whenever that happens, you always go through that, geez, what if it's this? What if it's that? It is what it is. But he had it weird, so it wasn't, I couldn't turn his head back around. But I'll tell you, these Ned rigs, I fish them more and more in a lot of different situations. This is just a Z-Man TRD in green pumpkin with a 3/16 ounce mushroom head, Ned head. But that Z-Man floats. So when it hits the bottom, it sits up like this. And that fish right there hole-in-one'd it. That phrase coined by our beloved Captain Tony Buffa, he hit it on the drop. And again, I've told you many times, I'm a line watcher, and I'm watching my line as it falls. I mean, I'm only throwing it into 4 foot or 5 foot of water, but I'm still watching my line. I want to see as soon as it hits the bottom, and it's going and going, and then I didn't feel anything, but I saw the line just kind of doing this, and I'm like, well, why isn't it touch bottom yet? So I come tight on it, and boom, there he was. So that's fun. Fishing's fun, remember? All right, last couple casts, we're gonna chuck the hammer out there. See if we can't find somebody willing down there. Such a beautiful morning. Boy, it's just as quiet. So in here, the weeds are fairly sporadic, but they're deep. I mean, I say deep. It's long stalk weeds in here, cabbage. So I'm letting it sit up, go all the way down to the bottom, and then you feel it. These rods, I like this JTX. This is a mag medium light, but this is a 7'9". It's got a great tip. It lets me feel that blade working. I know when I make contact with the weed stalks. I just want to spin that blade, not too fast. This is a good weed area too. It's kind of a flat in here, but it tapers down to about 15 feet out towards the main channel. You got to cover a lot of water in these situations because I don't think there's a concentration of them. But I think they live all through these weed beds. They're just hunting in here. All right, this will be last cast, and we're going to get out of here. All right, that'll do it for my morning. All right, everybody, thank you very much for joining me today. Didn't have a ton to show you. Didn't have a ton of time, but, you know, just over an hour, I had 3 fish. So, none of which walleyes, but such is life out here, especially on Oneida. You never quite know. No matter where you are, you never quite know. But, all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Same time, same bat channel. Keep your tip up.